At first, it seemed illogical to use a player's guide for such a creative sandbox game such as The Sims. But as we've seen so far, there are several tips and strategies that even the most experienced Sims 2 player may have missed. The guide for the base game, by itself, is nearly 400 pages, so there's lots more to learn and explore. What's up guys, Rakowski here, and today we're going to be continuing our exploration of the Sims 2 Prima guide, and attempting to play the game as the developers intended. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video if you want to keep seeing more of these, and please, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Okay, let's jump into the game. I've been scrolling a little bit ahead and I can already tell that we're in for a treat. Hello everyone and welcome back to our Let's Play of The Sims 2 using the Prima guide. Today we're going to be doing Chapter 3, Welcome to the Neighborhood. And there's quite a lot to get through, so I think I'll just jump right in and then we'll kind of introduce as we go. Entering the game, the first of many choices confronts you. Which neighborhood? I picked Strange-A-Town because I've already played through this one for maybe 10 to 20 years per family, so some people have moved out and had babies or just kind of split off because they hated their family. Nervous subject. A neighborhood is the community in which your Sims will live. They can have no connection to anything outside it, so families cannot span multiple neighborhoods. Fortunately, each neighborhood is chock full of interesting neighbors, non-neighbor townies, and service personnel with whom Sims may become well acquainted, and community lots where Sims from all over the neighborhood convene and shop. Everything your Sim needs can be found in the neighborhood. Plus, there's ample open real estate, so feel free to move in dozens of new families. This chapter uncovers the world of possibilities to be found in your Sims neighborhoods, and what awaits you in the neighborhoods is already at your disposal. The next few paragraphs just kind of go through like the difference between community lots, residential lots, lots that have families in them, lots that don't, and I think that we already know a lot about that stuff, so I don't want to bore us with like the really monotonous things. Maybe it's best to just kind of give an example. So if we click on the Curious House here, we can see that they're worth $65,273. They live at 2 Cover Up Road. I love that name. And there's 6 family members. I think each brother had 1 alien baby because they all wanted to meet aliens. They all got abducted. They all got pregnant. So as we can see, I had to do some renovations. I had to sell some of the towers so I could build like a second story. And I kind of like boxed it out a little bit. The shape was a little too funky for my taste. And here's a note. Every lot information box also includes a button for uploading to the lot to the sims2.com or to a file on your hard drive. The lot, its house, its objects, and the family within it, minus any relationships outside the lot, can be packaged en masse to share with others. So even back in the Sims 2 days, they were really encouraging us to kind of like tell our own stories, share our families, share our builds. Of course, nowadays it's way easier. We can use like YouTube to show a speed build, establish neighborhoods. The Sims 2 comes with 3 fully fleshed out and meticulously designed neighborhoods full of Sims for your amusement. You may use these neighborhoods to play with the pre-configured families, move a family of your own design into an empty house, add a house and or new lot to the neighborhood and move in a family, or even build your own neighborhood from scratch. That's something else I love about this game, is that it's the easiest game to kind of just create your own world, because you can just kind of like make a blank desert or grass or forest and just draw the roads, plop down lots and start building. This chapter addresses the easiest route, taking parts already in the game and using them as your canvas. Included with each of the game's new neighborhoods are a neighborhood story for your perusal. Find out more about story mode in chapter 19. Families in furnished houses with neighborhood-wide relationships. These families have fully fleshed out stories and have lived rich lives before you even meet them. That's for sure. They all have major events about to occur, so playing these houses as designed at first teaches you a lot about The Sims 2's feature and strategies. Pre-built families in the family bin. These Sims are not yet installed in houses, but may have already had histories and connections to Sims already in the neighborhood. You can install these families into any house they can afford into the neighborhood. They call it install the family. They don't say move in. So for example, in Strange-A-Town, there's the singles family and the loner family. They're in the family bin here. So I actually already moved them into their own houses because I just needed like a few more Sims to kind of keep things going. Anyway, pre-built vacant houses. Many houses in the neighborhood are available for sale in all price ranges. Most have the essential kitchen and bathroom objects but are otherwise unfurnished. Pre-built lots with houses in the lots and houses bin. The architectural designers at Maxis have supplied a beautiful array of unoccupied, unfurnished homes for all budgets. I'm calling this one out right now. Chances are, if you are watching me, it's probably because you've seen me like insult EA builds. Drag them onto any open space adjacent to a road. The underlying lot is included with the house. So that's kind of like an interesting thing about this game, is that even though there's not like a lot here, I can just go into the houses bin, I can select a house and just like plop it down. As long as it's next to the road, you can put it pretty much anywhere. Pre-configured lots. Underlying every house is a lot. If you're going to build your own house, you must first lay down an empty lot in the appropriate size. Note that the size of the lot factors into the cost of the house. On the other hand, the larger the lot, the lower the cost per tile, so a large lot might be worthwhile. That's something I didn't know. Okay, so 3 tiles is 900 and 6 tiles is 2900. That doesn't work out. This is 3, so that would be like double this, so that'd be 1800, and this is 2900. I don't know. Oh cool, there's a note on custom content. Another alternative to building families and lots yourselves is the vast world of custom content that awaits you on the internet and amongst your fellow Sims 2 players. With varying degrees of difficulty, you can import entirely new neighborhoods, occupied and unoccupied lots, families and occupied houses, individual sims, neighborhood terrain, and completely new stories for existing neighborhoods. The rich world of user and Maxis designed custom content is covered in detail in chapter 22. So they even mention custom content like in the first few pages of this book. Custom content that I prefer to use is mostly things that make houses more realistic. So I have like electrical boxes for outside, like heating vents, things like that. Anyway, next up is playing the pre-built families. Whichever avenue you wish to take into the game, it's very educational and quite entertaining. Take some time with each neighborhood's families. Popping into them in the right order and knowing what is scheduled to happen in each lot makes for a very enlightening introduction into The Sims 2. I agree. Though these houses are set up to have a few scheduled events and to teach a few more advanced concepts than the tutorials, those can be ignored. If you prefer, just take the lots and play them how you like. Note, however, that once they've been played a bit and saved, their orchestrated state will be gone and the walkthroughs below won't apply unless you reinstall the neighborhood by hand. Each neighborhood section below lists the recommended order of the houses. Some necessary events in some houses interfere with the events scheduled to occur in others, so it's important to do them in the right order to play them without saving. So most of you may know this as something called scripted events, and I know that Pleasant Sims, Cindy did like all of the neighborhoods. She did a fantastic job. I learned a lot about some of the neighborhoods that I barely play, and I decided that we should probably pop over to Veronaville, and I've decided this for a couple reasons. Number one, this Strangertown is already completely played through for several years, so none of these scripted events are gonna happen. I already did them. And for Pleasant View, not only is it the one that I've probably done the most, it's probably the one that most of you have seen the most and have the most exposure to, so it might get a little bit boring. But if you want to see me play Pleasant View, I'll link the video down below. I've been playing Pleasant View in The Sims 3, so you can check that out. And since this is the base game, we're left with Veronaville. I actually like Veronaville. I used to play in this a lot as a kid because there was like a lot of lots. It was very big and there wasn't a lot of Sims. I was always about the houses. Welcome to Veronaville. Two houses alike in dignity. The Caps and the Monties have been feuding for years, but that hasn't stopped the younger generation from crossing boundaries and falling in love. Will their actions lead to ruin or bring the two families together? How oft when men are at the point of death have they been merry, which their keepers call. Okay, I'm not going to go into a Shakespearean monologue, but I do know a couple from Romeo and Juliet, and I absolutely love Veronaville. I think it was done fantastically. Anyway, for the recommended playing order, they recommend that we use the Cap family first, so let's jump in. Juliet Cap has fallen for Romeo, golden child of the rival Monty clan. Can the Caps set aside their grudges and put Juliet's happiness first? Well, if it's anything like the play, no. It says here the Cap residents are Consort, Tybalt, Juliet, and Hermia Cap. It says the difficulty is easy, which is kind of interesting because I think 4 Sims is not like the easiest, even though there's like no kids or toddlers or anything. 4 is a bit much, especially for a first family, but maybe they're expecting that you play Veronaville 3rd because they do list it 3rd in the player's guide. They explain Pleasant View and Strangertown before this. Number 1, while Consort is lounging on the sofa in the living room, Juliet should take the opportunity to ask Romeo to go steady. Do it fast and he'll accept. Oh, it looks like he's saying yes. That's awesome. Uh-oh, I have ACR installed and they just got into a relationship. That's not great. I'm gonna pause this as we're reading just in case something happens, because in this game, things can happen very quickly. Number 2, this brings Consort out of the house and into Romeo's face with a very stern lecture and reduces their relationship score and sends Romeo off the lot. Okay, let's see if this happens. Well, Consort didn't actually come out of the house. I've heard that this one is a little bit buggy, so we'll just have to ignore that part. Oh, that's literally it. There's actually nothing else to do in this lot, so let's just jump into the Monties. Patrizio Monti never forgot Consort Cap's broken promise, but now his grandson Romeo has fallen for the Cap heiress. Will the elders live to see the two families united? Again, nobody's living if this is like a real Shakespearean play. Oh great, it says up here, Romeo is dying to see his main squeeze. He wants to invite Juliet over for a makeout session. Pick up the phone and give her a call. And as we can see in the Prima guide, number 1, Romeo wants to get serious with Juliet. Inviting her over is one of his wants. Making out with her is one of his power wants. Call her on the phone, and if she asks she can bring a friend, it'll be Tybalt. I don't think that's a good idea, but we'll see. So we've invited Juliet over, and she says, it's always a pleasure to see you. I'll be right over. She didn't actually invite Tybalt as well, so that might be for the best, but I think that we need that. It says number 2, when they arrive, Romeo should immediately make out with Juliet. Okay, let's just jump into that. Oh, Tybalt is here. Okay, that's very good. Okay, good. I just had the make out. It satisfied his power want. He got some of his aspiration up. Let's look at number 3. Mercutio insults Juliet, then fights Tybalt. Oh my god, Mercutio, no! Okay, so this one's actually working. So he insulted Juliet, and now they're getting into a fight, Mercutio and Tybalt. Oh my goodness. Number 4, Mercutio loses. I thought it was like a 50-50 chance. I didn't know he always lost anyway, and he did. It says Mercutio loses one of his power fears and Tybalt leaves, but not before kicking the flamingo. So he like kicks the flamingo on the way out. That's a cute little detail. Oh my god, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He did it. Oh my god. Well done, Sims 2. Well done. Okay, well there's one more house to do, and that's the Summer Dream family. The Summer Dream's kindly nature and zest for life have cast a romantic spell over Veronaville's youth. But will there be any magic left for Puck? Okay, so these are not my type of people. Like those sunshine and happiness people, I'm gonna pretend like everything's okay. Like it's not okay, it's never okay. Anyway, number 1, Puck is ready for the first kiss from Hermia. Direct him to do it without delay, and she accepts. This fulfills a power want and pushes Puck into platinum aspiration. So Hermia is a Cap, just like Juliet. Aw, they're gonna have their first kiss. I'm sorry, I think the default replacements kind of gave him lipstick. I think it's from the face paint though, but anyway, who cares? Number 2, meanwhile, Oberon should propose engagement to Titiana. She accepts. Love is really in the air. Why wait, get one of them to propose marriage too. It's a party after all, and there's a wedding arch on the yard. This is just like in The Sims 2 Pleasant View, where you have to marry Cassandra Goth and Dawn, except maybe these two people love each other. Aw, look at him go. This is kind of like a nice setting for like engagements and first kisses. There's a lot going on. The build's a little all over the place, but it's giving us some dynamic shots. It's better than like the corner of a plain bedroom, which is where these things usually happen. Oh, they're just doing it next to the pinball machine. I guess I should have went to the wedding arch. I didn't think of that. Oops. Oh yeah, and I have a mod where I can like decide which last name I want to use or if I want to hyphenate it. It just keeps things easier. If you don't have this and you end up with like Dawn Goth, which is a little bit, I don't think that he would take Cassandra's name. He'd definitely take her money, but not her name. And unfortunately, it appears that the chapter just abruptly ends and then jumps into chapter 4, which is the Creatism and Genetics, which is like a whole other ball game. So I think we'll save that for a separate video. But I will leave you with a summary of the actual story of Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet have teen woohoo, their families freak out, Romeo gets sent away, Juliet pretends to die so that way he has to come back. He himself because he thinks she's dead, and then at the end she wakes up from her like sleep and then realizes he's dead and then herself. It's messed up. If you don't know Shakespeare, I suggest checking it out. or another one of my videos. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a like or subscribe and let me know if you want to keep seeing more of these. There's a lot of chapters. We heard about chapter 22 and we're on chapter 3. So there's definitely a lot more to come. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below on anything you'd like to see next. Boom.